Yeah, hello.
Yeah, hi.
Hello.
Okay, so let's begin today's seminar. I think the time is up. I was waiting for people to join, but then let's begin. Probably after our video, they would have joined. Okay, so as we do it every time, we take our security awareness video, I'll play it twice, and then we answer the questions.
Ningio, Episode 804 Physical Education. Security topic Physical Security. Starring Joey Lawrence as Jeff. While cybersecurity threats sit at the forefront of everyone's minds, the screen glitches, then freezes.
Look, my computer's glitching again. I'm telling you, we've been hacked.
Interior, office cubicle. Jeff argues with his coworker Bert.
Not this again. I've told you 100 times. We haven't been hacked. Our computers just need updating.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. And to prove it, I'll take you to the server room and show you it's a hardware issue. We haven't been hacked, we're not being hacked, and we're never going to be hacked, okay?
Outside the office building.
I've breached the first perimeter. I'm in the parking lot and approaching the front entrance.
Excellent. You got the key card?
One of Spectre Dynamics' careless employees left it unattended at a coffee shop.
Flashback. Coffee shop. A patron leaves her things unattended. The hacker swipes her keycard.
Great. But still be careful. Most organizations require lost or stolen keycards be reported right away. So only use it if you have to. Try tailgating an employee into the building first.
An employee walks toward the office entrance.
Well, look at this. Perfect timing.
The hacker enters the building right behind the employee.
I'm in, and I didn't have to use the key card.
Perfect. The server room is down the hall. That's where the holy grail of IP is located.
The hacker goes to use the keycard and hides it as Jeff and Bert approach.
You're totally gonna feel foolish about this.
Oh, is that what you think?
You know, you do this every single time there's something wrong.
I'm just watching out for the company.
I think you're being paranoid.
And I think you're being careless. Hey, fellas, would one of you mind giving me a hand with the door?
Oh yeah, sure.
What's in the boxes? Oh, listen to that. Sorry, we haven't met. I'm Joe, the new guy in IT. New guy? I didn't hear about a new guy. This all seems rather suspicious. I think I better call security. Oh, no, don't. I mean, no, it's okay. I have a key card. I can buzz myself in. See?
Interior. Server room.
Good news, the key card worked. It never got reported stolen. Bad news, I think they're on to us.
Quick, just plug the USB drive into one of the servers, and the IP will be ours!
The hacker scrambles to plug a USB stick into an open server.
That's him!
Jeff, Bert, and a security guard rush into the server room.
Oof, gotta go. Bye-bye.
The security guard leads the hacker away.
See? We were being hacked.
Technically, this wasn't a hack. This was a physical security breach, and it had nothing to do with your computer glitch.
Oh, yeah? Want to know what I think? I think you just don't want to admit I was right. Which technically makes you a sore loser. Oh, yeah.
Teachable takeaways. Physical security safeguards, such as key cards, are important, but they're not foolproof. Even with a variety of safeguards, it's important to be aware of your surroundings. Tailgating is an easy way for unauthorized people to gain access to a secure area. Always ensure doors are secure each time you enter and exit the facility. Acting on instinct and following protocol related to physical security is important. See something, do something. In the digital world, hackers try to take advantage of our instincts to be polite. They take advantage of the same social engineering techniques in the physical world. Ninjio, Episode 804, Physical Education. Security topic, Physical Security. Starring Joey Lawrence as Jeff. While cybersecurity threats sit at the forefront of everyone's minds, the screen glitches, then freezes.
Look, my computer's glitching again. I'm telling you, we've been hacked.
Interior, office cubicle. Jeff argues with his coworker Bert.
Not this again. I've told you 100 times. We haven't been hacked. Our computers just need updating.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. And to prove it, I'll take you to the server room and show you it's a hardware issue. We haven't been hacked, we're not being hacked, and we're never going to be hacked, okay?
Outside the office building.
I've breached the first perimeter. I'm in the parking lot and approaching the front entrance.
Excellent. You got the key card?
One of Spectre Dynamics' careless employees left it unattended at a coffee shop.
Flashback, coffee shop. A patron leaves her things unattended. The hacker swipes her keycard.
Great. But still be careful. Most organizations require lost or stolen keycards be reported right away. So only use it if you have to. Try tailgating an employee into the building first.
An employee walks toward the office entrance.
Well, look at this. Perfect timing.
The hacker enters the building right behind the employee.
I'm in. And I didn't have to use the key card.
Hello.
Perfect. The server room is down the hall. That's where the Holy
Yeah, hi,
Grail
hello.
IP is located.
Okay, so let's begin today's seminar.
I
I think the time is up. I was waiting for people to join, but then let's begin. Probably after our video,
Do this every single time there's
they would
something
have
wrong.
joined. Okay,
I'm just
so
watching out
as
for
we do it
good.
every
I
time,
think you're being paranoid.
we take
And I
our
think you're
security
being
awareness video,
careless.
I'll
Hey,
play it
fellas, one of
twice,
you mind
and
giving me a hand
then
with the
we
door?
answer the questions.
Oh yeah, sure.
What's in the boxes? Oh, this and that. Sorry, we haven't met. I'm Joe, the new guy in IT. New guy? I didn't hear about a new guy. This all seems rather suspicious.
Episode 804.
I think I better call security.
Physical
Oh,
education.
no, don't. I mean,
Security
no,
topic,
it's okay. I have a
Physical
key card.
security.
I can buzz myself
Starring
in. See?
Joey Lawrence as Jeff. While cybersecurity threats sit at the forefront of
Interior.
everyone's minds,
Server.
a
Good news.
screen glitches,
The key
then
card
freezes.
Look,
It never
my
got
computer's
reported stolen.
glitching again.
Bad
I'm
news.
telling you,
I think
we've
they're
been
onto
hacked.
us.
Quick,
Interior.
just plug the USB drive into one of the servers, and the IP
Not this
will be
again.
ours.
I've told you 100
The hacker
times.
scrambles
We
to plug
haven't
a
been
USB
hacked.
stick into
Our
an open
computers
server.
just need updating.
That's him. Are you sure?
Jeff, Bert, and a security guard
Yes,
rush into
I'm
the server
sure.
room.
And to prove it, I'll take you to the
Gotta
server
go.
room and show you it's a
Bye-bye.
hardware issue. We haven't been hacked, we're not being hacked,
security
and we're
guard
never
leads the
going to
hacker
be
away.
hacked, okay?
See? We were
Outside
being
the
hacked.
office building.
Technically,
breached the
this
first
wasn't a hack.
I'm in the parking lot.
This was a
approaching the
physical
front
security
entrance.
breach, and it had
Excellent.
nothing to do with your
You got the
computer
key
glitch.
card?
Oh
One of
yeah.
Spectre Dynamics.
Want to know what I think?
careless employees left
I
it
think you just don't want
unattended
to
at a
admit
coffee shop.
I was right,
Flashback.
which
Coffee shop.
technically makes
A
you
patron
a
leaves her
sore
things
loser.
unattended.
Oh
The
yeah.
hacker swipes her keycard.
Great.
Teachable
But still
takeaways.
be careful.
Physical
Most
security
organizations
safeguards such
require
as
lost
key
or stolen
cards
key
are
cards be
important,
reported right
but they're
away.
not
So
foolproof.
only use it if you have
Even
to.
with a variety
Try
of safeguards,
tailgating an employee
it's
into-
important to be aware of your surroundings. Tailgating is an easy way for unauthorized people to gain access to a secure area. Always ensure doors are secure each time you enter and exit the facility. Acting on instinct and following protocol related to physical security is important. See something, do something. In the digital world, hackers try to take advantage of our instincts to be polite. They take advantage of the same social engineering techniques in the physical world.
Okay, now let's take our quiz. Okay, so we have 7 questions in total. The first question is a true or false statement. Hackers can take advantage of your instincts to be polite. You should be aware of social engineering techniques in the physical world as in the digital world. You have true and false.
True.
Okay. The second question, another true or false statement. Key cards and other security devices should be kept safe, especially when you are off-site. A, we have the true, then we have the false.
True.
Okay. Question number 3, why is it important to always verify if a person on a secure site is authorized to be there? The first option says to prevent potential security incidents and safeguard sensitive information. The second one says to maintain a positive work environment and foster trust among colleagues. The third one says to ensure that personnel are adhering to working hours policy. The last option says to start a conversation with new colleagues. Why is it always important to verify if a person on a security site is authorized to be there?
The first option.
Yeah, the first option. Question number 4. Why is tailgating considered a security risk? A, it can result in a loss of productivity within an organization. B, it can lead to an increase in parking lot accidents. C, it distracts drivers and hampers traffic flow. The last one says it compromises the integrity of physical access control systems. Why is tailgating considered a security risk?
The last option.
Question number 5, true or false? Plugging a USB device into a server or work computer can put your organizational system at risk of a cyber attack. True or false?
True.
Okay. Another true or false statement. Only the security personnel is responsible for safeguarding entry and exit points. You don't need to be bothered with such things.
False.
Okay. The last question, true or false? Tailgating is not that common. You don't need to verify doors are secure every time you enter or exit a facility.
False.
Okay. Okay, so we got everything correct. Now let's move to today's topic. So, today we'll be looking at password manager with KeePass. Okay, then give me a second. Okay, so before we go into the app itself, we have to look at what is a password manager. Now, looking at the fact that our online presence and online activities are increasing, each site or every site that you access wants you to create a username or password for your account so that it will be specially made for you, or probably you can keep tracks of whatever you are doing on that website. But then we are also advised to always create stronger password to prevent hackers or criminals from actually getting access to our account. Now, we are also taught to not repeat passwords, to also not make sure that we include common names or common things that are part of your names in the password to make sure that it is not obvious for people to guess, right? And then here lies the case that we are always going to different sites and then at different times, and then we have to make sure that we comply with all these password requirements or all these password guidelines. So sometimes it becomes a challenge keeping up with all these passwords and usernames and getting to know which password belongs to which site. That's when a password manager comes in. So a password manager is kind of a technology tool that helps users, or that can help us to create, manage, and then save passwords or save our details on different sites and different sources. So that's the main important use of a password manager. There are different types of password managers out there, but today we'll be looking at KeePass. KeePass is an open source password manager, which means it's completely free. And then it has different plugins, as in different programmers are coming up with different plugins for the app itself. So by the end of today's seminar, you get to know how to use KeePass, and then how to use KeePass. You get to know some of the things that need to be done and how to actually save data or save your password with KeePass. Okay. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is to go to your Chrome browser and then type KeePass download or KeePass download. The first option that comes is download KeePass. Okay, so just click on it. So this is the official site of KeePass. Make sure that you're actually going to the correct site. You can even check to see if this is original by checking the digital certificate of the website to make sure that your connection is secure and you are downloading it from the original website. Okay. Then you click on the download icon and then it sends you here. So you wait till your KeePass is downloading, make sure it's downloaded, and then you extract the keypad on your laptop. Okay. Since I've already downloaded it already, there's no need for me to probably install it again. So this is how KeePass will look like once we've installed it on our device. So, okay, so this is KeePass, and this is the interface of KeePass. Okay. KeePass actually works in such a way that it keeps our password in a database and it encrypts that database. Okay, so to actually start using KeePass, you have to create a new database, or you have to create different databases for whatever you are using that set of passwords for. So here, you will create a new database, click on the file, click on the new. Now, here, a prompt will come telling you that you should make sure that you keep a copy of your KeePass database, because once you lose that database, you can't actually access your password. or once you can find that database on your computer, you can't actually access it again. So here's a reminder for you to actually keep a backup or a copy of your database, and click on OK. Then here, KeePass is trying to tell you that where do you want your database to be. So you select the place where you want your database to be. So let's say on your downloads or your documents, just make sure that where you are sending the database, you actually remember. Okay, so let me put it here. Now, KeePass would want you to create a master password. So the master password is more like the key to that database. Once you have the key, you can actually go into your password database. So you have to create a strong master password for that account. Okay. So one thing I recommend is try to actually find, let's say, a sentence that you can remember or words that you can remember. And then, so let's look at this example. So I can say this is my first database. Okay, this is my first database. Then I would actually change all the I's to 1. And then I would change probably all the E to 3. And then I can actually add a few numbers or a few symbols to actually make sure that the master password is secure. So let's say this is our master password. 99 bits of strength is okay. And then you can see here that we have 29 characters for this password. Okay, there's also some advanced options for us here. We have 2 advanced options. The first one says window user account. Once you take this option, it means that you can only access that database based on this Windows account. So whenever you change this window user account, or whenever you try to install a new Windows or get into a different account, you cannot actually open this database. So I would not recommend you take this option because anything can happen. You can lose this computer or you can lose this account. And then the other option is a key file provider. So the key file / provider is more like a multi-factor authentication, whereby once you take it, you have to create another key that will accomplish this master password. So once you take this key file, it means that you create another key for your master password, and then you need both of them to actually log into your database or actually open your database. Okay, so yeah, I recommend that if you want security, then you should actually take this key file provider. So in case, let's say, a hacker or a scammer gets your password, the hacker also need this key file. Or if you lose this key file and you have your master password, you still cannot access this database. So it's important that you know why this option is there. Okay. So here I'll leave it, then click on OK. So now this is our database. And then we have to name our database. So let's name it private passwords. And then you can actually give the database a description so that at least you know what this database is about. So you can actually say this is the password for my private account or something that you remember. Okay. And then there is also a default username for new entries. So this means that with this database, once you are saving data, this will be the default username for you. So you can actually type maybe user at let's say at keepass.com. So you can actually use, let's say, your default username. So it can be your Google username, your company's username, whatever that you are using this database for. Okay. Now we also have security, and then we have recycle bin. So you have to take this recycle bin in such a way that once you delete these, you delete this database, it goes straight to the recycle, delete it permanently. So the recycle bin is actually important. Take it if you want. Okay. And then look at the other app, the master key. There's a reminder that you can actually change the master key after 182 days. Okay, so here, the KeePass is trying to tell you that, do you want to change your password after 182 days? Okay, so you can actually look at these options and see which one that you like. So here, it will force to change the master key based on 265 days. So here, if you actually take this option, it means that it will take 1 year for you to actually change your password. You can actually take it or update it to whatever that you want. Okay. So now here is an emergency sheet. So keep up whatever you copy somewhere in case that you lose your master key. You can actually refer to this emergency sheet to actually, let's see, get into this database that you've set. Okay. So you can choose to print it. It will go straight to your printer settings and then it will print a sheet for you. But since I don't have a printer with me right now, I'll skip it. So this is what it is, or this is what you see once you create this. We've created a new database. So these are just default entries to show you how it is done. So these are the things that are actually in the KeePass already. But then we can actually create our own entry, or we can actually create our own passwords and then add it up here. So to create a new group, so you have to actually create a new group for whatever you're coming to use the password for. So a group. And what will you call this group? So let's say personal. Personal, okay. So you can actually navigate this personal folder by holding on the shift key and then dragging it to wherever you want it to be. Okay, so you can hold on the shift key and then bring it up wherever you want it to be. And then that is actually a short way for you to actually move through your group. Okay, so now we have our personal here. We are going to create a new entry, or we are going to create a new password for our personal group. Okay, so the keyboard shortcut is Control plus I, or you can just go to entry and then click add entry. So here it's the interface for you to add a password, or for you to create a password for your account. So let's say you want to create a new Google password or a new Google account. You should first actually come to KeePass and do everything here, and then go straight up to Google and then put all the things here. So KeePass can actually help you create a new password and account for, let's say, your Google account. But then here, we are making a new account. So I just want us to see something. So I'll create the title as Notepad, because we want to use it for Notepad as our trials. And then our username, since we created a default username back then, this is what will show up. So if you want to actually change the username for, let's say, your Google account, what username will you use for that Google account? And then you actually input it here. So I'll just maintain this user at keepass.com. And then you have your passwords here. So automatically, KeePass has already given you passwords, has already created a password for you. You can actually see the password here. But then if you don't want the password, you want to create a new password for yourself, you can actually do it by clicking on this icon. And then these are just hex key functions that are already inbuilt in KeePass for you to actually create a password. Okay, so this is quite plenty. So this is what KeePass can do. If you don't like all these built-in functions to create a password, you can actually create a new profile to keep your password or to create password for you. So here, length of generated password, how many characters do you want to be in your password? So let's say 30. You want to use uppercase, lowercase in your passwords. You want to also use space in your password. You want to use special keys in your password. You want brackets and all these things. So you can actually configure how you want your password to be. Okay. So you can actually also tell Keeper that you want these characters in your password. So whatever character that you want in your password, you can just tell Keeper that you want 5, all this in your password. And Keeper will actually do that for you. Then when you are done with however you want to configure your password to be, you can actually save it. Yeah, so what will be the name of your profile? So 30 length password. So yeah. So once you are done, you can actually come here again, and then you see that our 30 length password profile is here. And then you can click on it for KeePass to actually create a password based on your specifications or based on whatever that you did. Okay. So, and then there's also an expire column here. You can actually take this to tell Keeper that the password should expire after 1 week, after 2 weeks, after a month, whatever you want. Okay, that's also an important feature in Keepers. And then you look at other things like auto type. Once you enable auto type for this entry or for this password, it means that you have shortcut to actually use for this password. So there's a shortcut for, let's say, this password, and then we look at that later on. But then this is also something to tell you that you have to actually enable auto entry, so that whenever you click that shortcut, this set of passwords will come for you to choose from. Okay. So we have other properties here. Then click on OK. So now we have our password. So this, what is happening? So you can actually edit your password however you like it. You can actually edit this entry, this password that we just created. Okay. So this is our password. We did everything correct. Okay. All right. So now let me open Notepad. And please give me a minute, I'm coming. Let me create a new entry. Okay. So now we have our new entry here, the Notepad password. So once I open my Notepad and then I click on Control Alt A, it gives you it's supposed to bring the password up. I'm coming. Sorry, I think before the password comes up, we have to actually go to the settings for KeePass and enable this. Okay, so you go to Tools, Options, and then you can go to Advanced. Okay, so it should be here. I'll always show global auto type entry selection. So you should take this Stick all of them. Make sure that you have all of them here. Click on OK. So let's go to Notepad and see. Control. So once we go to Notepad and you click Control Alt A, KeePass will automatically bring password entries that matches this Notepad title. Okay, so the title is actually important because let's say you want to create an account for Facebook, you have to actually key in Facebook at the title to make sure that KeePass will bring that password selection up whenever you go to Facebook. You can also copy the URL of Facebook and input it in KeePass so that KeePass will know that this is the site that you want to use this password for. But then the title is okay. But then if KeePass cannot find the title, KeePass will actually look at the URL to find which account that you're trying to go to. So since I use Notepad as my title and I open Notepad and I click on Control Alt A, these are the entries in my database that fits the Notepad. So I can actually click on it and then it will give me what it's supposed to give me here. It's supposed to give me all the password here, but I don't know why the password is not coming. Let me try and see. It's supposed to give me all the password. Okay. Another way that you can actually use this is by clicking on this notepad and click on perform autotype. So once you click on perform autotype, it's supposed to give me all the user at KeePass and my password. I think it's because of my system is messing up. That's why this is not coming up. But then since you click on right click and then perform autotype, it's supposed to give me the password, the username and the password. But since the system is messing up, that's why it was not coming up at first. You see, so this is actually how to use KeePass for a normal password. So once you go to that site, then you click Control plus Alt plus A, it automatically autofill that entry for you. It brings you a dialog for you to select which one you want, and then it does it for you. So that's what KeePass is actually about. So you can actually input, let me see, you can actually add more entries as you go. So there's another option in KeePass where you can actually duplicate your entry and then append a copy title to it. Okay, so it means that we have two passwords for Notepad, and then this is actually important for you to do. Let's see if you have duplicate of passwords. Okay, so you can actually go to find duplicate password. Now KeePass will tell you that now you have two duplicates. Try and change one, or try and change another password because you can't use that same password for the other account. So you want to click on it and you change the password. It will, so once we click on it, we change the password to, let's say, this. And then when you go to find again and then find duplicate password, you realize that there's no duplicate. You've changed it. So that's another feature of what? KeePass. And then you can actually delete this whole entry. We can actually delete this entry. And then once we delete it, it goes straight to the recycle bin for you to actually think about it before you permanently delete KeePass. You permanently delete the password in KeePass. So the recycle bin option that we chose before we created this database will be useful here. Maybe you deleted it by mistake. So it's important to actually use this recycle bin option. I think that will be it. That would be, yeah. So this is what KeePass is. This is how to use KeePass. It's a local database on your system. The only disadvantage of using KeePass is when you lose your master key or when you can't access the database, because KeePass automatically encrypts your database. So once you lose the master key, all the passwords in your database are gone. And then there is this real life example of a man who is called Thomas, like my name, who was paid I think 7,000. That time Bitcoin was just starting up, and then he was paid Bitcoin in his account. And then the password to his Bitcoin account, he put it in a database, and then he encrypted it with the master key and things. So now the 7,000 that he was paid is now worth $200 million. But then since he's lost his master key to that database, he can't actually get his account back, or you can't actually get that password in that database back. So if you lose your master key, all the things in your database is gone, like gone forever. You can't actually access it because you chose a strong master key for your database. So that's actually one disadvantage of using KeePass, or one advantage of using a system that encrypts your database or encrypts your password. Thank you. Please, if you have any questions with regards to KeePass. Hello.
No question from me. All understood.
Okay. Please, any questions? Okay, if there are no questions, I think this will be the end of today's seminar. And then I would like to thank you all for joining us. If you are first time joining us, I would like to also thank you. And then before we go, I would like to say that our organization, which is Software Freak, is offering a 4-month cybersecurity plus course that is actually designed to strengthen your online defense. So whatever we said here is about cybersecurity. If you want to get to know more about it's for you industry experts that covers the fundamental principles and then advanced technologies in cyber defense. Once you apply for this course, you will learn to detect cyber threats, strengthen networks, and protect sensitive information, all from the comfort of your homes and at your own pace, even on weekends. So we'll make sure that this course is flexible for you to join us. This is what you can expect from this our comprehensive 4-month training program. So with our course, you get a thorough preparation for industry standard certification exams to enhance your credentials. You also get assistance in tailoring your resume to meet what cybersecurity companies are looking for. There will also be mentorship from industry professionals, networking opportunities, and you get access to collaborative projects. The last one is you also get interview preparations and exclusive access to Soft Afrique Resource Hub. So, what are you waiting for? Enroll in Soft Afrique Cyber Security Plus course today to gain the knowledge and skills needed to stay ahead of cybersecurity threats. So you can actually visit our website at portal.softafrique.net to learn more and secure your spot. Know that your digital security journey starts here with Soft Afrique. Don't also forget to subscribe and follow and connect with us on our various social media platforms, such as our LinkedIn, our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Before we end, I would like to also say that we Wednesdays at 4 p.m. GMT and then 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. I would like to thank you all for joining us, and then looking forward to see you next week at the same time. Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas.
Thank you, Thomas.